Good morning and welcome to Untenge. It's Jeffrey Azan filling in for Mama Elise, and you're tuned in to the Bridge 99 FM. Remember, you can listen to Bridge 99 FM on the entire 99 FM bandwidth. That's 0.1, 0.3, 0.5, 0.7, and 0.9. You can also pick up the live stream at thebridge99fm.com. Or you can download the mobile app in the Google Play Store or Apple App Store by searching The Bridge 99 FM, all one word. You can also reach us by WhatsApping us at 876-551-5782. And if you're so inclined to call in during the show and have a conversation, you can call the studio line at 876-676-4996. Today on Untenge, we have an interesting show ahead of us. We got some interviews. We're going to be connecting with Irie Jam in New York, hearing from Beau Regard what's happening over there in New York. I'm sure it's still a little cold. We're still in January. I don't know if they've warmed up yet, but I guess Beau Regard can give us the facts on that. We're also going to be interviewing Fay-Ann Smikle, a female livestock farmer and aspiring veterinarian. So that should be very interesting. As well as we're going to be interviewing Glen Washington, a Jamaican singer and songwriter. So we got some interesting stuff to talk about today here on Untengle, as I told. What was her name? Rich Auntie Laugh. We had Rich Auntie Laugh with us to talk about the show last week, or Tuesday. Boy, the days are just flying by. And we're going to be diving into it. But before we untangle the thing, some music. I told you we're going to be talking with some interesting folks today, and the first one we got on the line is Miss Fay-Ann Smikle. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right and she don't put me in trouble, because I was told Smikle and I was told Smikle, and we're here now. But Miss Smikle is a young female livestock farmer and aspiring veterinarian. She spent her time at JSPCA, and then from JSPCA went on to CASE, and then from CASE in January of 2022 she started her own farm, establishing 3.2 acres of pasture, and she is working with 5 paddocks, slotted floor pen with a capacity for up to 30 animals, and she's managed to build a small herd of goats that she's looking to expand in the years to come. Miss Smikle, you on the line?
Yes, I am.
Hello. So like we're having a little connection issue there. Are you hearing me clearly?
Yes, I am hearing clearly.
Oh, excellent. And I'm hearing you much better now. So, Miss Smikle, and I'm pronouncing it right. Smikle?
Yes, you are.
Okay, excellent. You know, the first thing I have to ask is, you're 22 years old and you've decided to go into farming. Now, typically when we think of farming and we're thinking of the conventional image of the farmer, we think in some old, tough, crusty back man. How do you, at 22 years old, take it upon yourself to say, I'm going to make a living as a farmer? Where does this passion birth from?
So this passion really births from me being from a small community and growing up and loving animals. And then it really blossomed when I went to CASE and I started working with animals more and seeing young persons or peers of mine also working with them and being comfortable with it. So I decided that it's fine for young persons to actually get dirty, and it is a dirty work, but trust me, it's not a dirty person work, if you're getting me.
I get you.
So yes, anyone can do farming. Once you have the passion for it, you have the drive for it. It is really a profitable move, and I'd recommend anyone in it once they have the drive and the want to do it.
Interesting. Well, you say you got the passion at CASE. So how was JSPCA before CASE though? Because I'm sure JSPCA had some, what would I say, inspiration, or was JSPCA just sort of the stepping stone to get to CASE?
So it was the inspiration for the veterinary aspect of me. Before then, I really wanted to be a medical doctor for humans. So that's what actually said, hey, you want to be a veterinarian instead. And that's how I decided to enroll in case and start my study.
That's very interesting that you wanted to be a medical doctor. Many would say that you fell on the wrong path, going from medical doctor to farmer and veterinarian. People quick to send animals to the slaughterhouse, but they're not so quick to send people. So, you made a 180 turn in life, really, in terms of professions. So you took this step, you went to case, you established your farm. What's been the biggest challenge? And I want to take it from 2 points. So first challenge I want to take it is in general. What's been the biggest challenge just as a farmer in general? So if tomorrow morning I said, I think I want to go into agriculture, I want to go into farming, what's something that I need to look out for?
I think predator larceny is one of them, and ensuring you have proper feed security, especially if you're doing livestock.
And
so that's one of the
before you even go anywhere, don't lose your train of thought, right? For those of us who have a limited vocabulary, predator larceny is thief. All right, let's not bother make it sound prettier than it is. Is thief. Them are thief the things. Fair?
Yeah.
All right, so you said predator larceny as well as securing the feed.
Right.
So what's been the challenge? Is it in securing the feed? Is it that it just hard to get? Is it that you don't have enough of it? What's the challenge there?
It's really a quality issue, and yes, it's getting the quantity also. So in dry times, a lot of farmers struggle really hard. Like now, when we're having an issue with rainfall patterns, a lot of the livestock farmers are really struggling, and what they really have to draw back on is hay, and the producers of hay are not necessary. They weren't structured. I didn't have it in their mind that, we're going to have 50 more farmers depending on us now, when we really don't have the supply for them. So if you are able to prepare your own, or to ensure that you're securing your own feed, I think that is a plus for livestock farmers.
So let me ask a stupid question. It's only a stupid question because I don't know anything about farming, right? I'm afraid to plant a plant in my house. I'm afraid it will just quail up and dead because it knows I don't know what I'm doing. Why you don't just grow your own feed? I mean, you're a farmer. Feed comes from the land. Why wouldn't you just grow and make your own feed if you're going to do livestock? Or why doesn't one farmer specialize in feed and make somebody else specialize in livestock?
So they do, but it's always a bit more costly. So having it yourself, what that also brings is you're going to use up all your land space to plant grass when you could have planted some cash crops that would have brought in money faster. So that's why a lot of farmers really turn away from planting their own feed materials. And the reason why a lot of farmers aren't necessarily specializing in feed is really because of the quantity, or the persons who are actually interested in purchasing grass for livestock.
Got you. So it's really about a division of labor. You don't want to use up your resources to utilize them for something that you're not exactly going to be the best at, or is going to be the most turnaround. So it's better you make somebody else do that, or you go with the big brands or the big businesses who are doing it and doing it well for a more affordable price. So not always you have to do everything yourself. All right, sounds good. All right, so I told you I was going to ask you this in 2 parts. So that was the first part in terms of what's been the most challenging as a farmer. Now I want to know what's been the biggest challenge as a young female farmer, focusing on that young and female portion, because I'm sure, when your friends are talking about, what's the talk in the street these days, everybody want to be dolly. I'm sure it's hard to be dolly when you're out in the farm and you work with a goat and, how do you manage as the young female farmer as opposed to maybe what other young women, same age, same community, what they're aspiring to be and do?
So, for the most part, a lot of persons would look at farming as a last option or a last resort. I don't see it that way. I see it as an actual career path. I see it as someone's choice to choose to do farming, whether they want to go school to do it or they just want to do it from a young age. I believe it's a choice, and I believe it's a very admirable choice also. So in terms of balancing the female and the dolly and the age part of it, I
seems to have a little connection issue. Hold on a second. I don't want you to lose your train of thought, and I don't want the people to miss out on the value that you bring in, because I'm sure there's somebody listening who definitely is thinking of becoming a farmer themselves.
Farmers and supportive of it.
All right, I think we got the connection back. I think it's cleaner and clearer. You're saying now that in comparison to a lot of other females, age group, demographic area, that farming for many of them would be a last choice, but you're saying it's a first choice for you. Take us back through that.
So I was saying that a lot of persons see it as a last resort, while others, or the younger farmers or the younger generation of agriculturists, they see it as a career path like any other. So we really don't watch what anyone has to say. But for me personally, my peers are really supportive of my career choices. They are really supportive of it, and I'm really grateful for that also.
Anybody you want to big up? Anybody in particular you say, yo, I'm up on the Bridge 99 FM, I have to give up this person a one big up because of all the support they've given me?
No, not really.
So you said they're all friends,
Not
but you don't have
really.
any best friends?
If I start calling names, it's going to sound biased, and I have too many friends and I have too much support.
All right, what about a family member? Is there a family member? Want to big up mommy? Somebody I forget to big up, because you say the circle is strong.
Yes, so I'm going to big up my mother. Her name is Nadia Johnson.
All right.
Yeah.
Big up mommy, big up mommy. Mommy set the trend. So I have to ask, you bigging up mommy. Was mommy who got you into farming? Were they the inspiration, or it was just a community thing?
So she's a farmer too, and she's also a big inputter. She has a big role in terms of being a farmer and being supportive of me doing farming. So yeah.
I love it. All right. Here's the thing. Last question before we go to break. And when we go to break, to pay some bills, and then we come back, we're going to finish up this conversation. But I want to know, all right, quickly, what's a typical day of a farmer like? Like, take me through wake up, and what time do you wake up?
I wake up typically around 5 or 6 a.m. I go out, I check on everyone. I'll do a rough sanitation process. If anyone needs any medication, I'd administer it. And for that part, I'll be home back by about 7:30, and have breakfast, and I get prepared for work. So I work 11 to 3, and my brother is home by 11, or he's home by 1 p.m. My bad. So by 1 p.m. and he will actually go up there and let them out into the pastures for me. And then when I leave work at 3, I go check on everyone again, and then by 5 o'clock I take them inside and I'll give them grains and so forth.
So really and truly, you're saying the farming day is about a 12-hour shift, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Well, I don't know if I want to sign up for that work, you know.
It runs into night, p.m., night to...
And the list goes on. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more with Miss Fay-Ann Smikle and her journey as a farmer and budding veterinarian. More when we come right back here on the Bridge 99 FM. Welcome back to the Bridge 99 FM. You are tuned into Untengle, usually hosted by Mama Elise Kelly, but today I am filling in for Mama, who is unfortunately absent. My name's Jeffrey Azan. Remember, you can listen to the Bridge at the entire 99 FM bandwidth, 0.1, 0.3, 0.5, 0.7, 0.9, or you can check us out online at thebridge99fm.com or by downloading our mobile app in the Android Play Store or Apple App Store. The Bridge 99 FM, just search it, all one word. Right now we're talking with Fay-Ann Smikle. For those of you just tuning in, Fay-Ann Smikle is a 22-year-old female livestock farmer who went to JSPCA, followed by Case, and in January 2022 launched her own farm and is slowly building it up and marching forward. Miss Smikle, you still with us?
Yes, I am.
Excellent, excellent. So we closed off, you're telling us about the day, and right away you turned me off of being a farmer. I'm not in for this 12-hour work day, you know. And then I have to compete with the thief, and I have to compete with the shortage in feed supply. Well, I don't know. So, you know, hear what? I need you to sway me. What are the benefits of farming? If, as a farmer, you want to advocate, you want to tell people, listen here, it's a good industry, it's a good business to get in. You're telling your peers that, listen, man, you don't know what to do, get into farming. What are some of those positives that you would want to encourage us with?
So for me, I love watching the growth of the animals. I like watching them in stages. So say a kid born January, I love to see that kid a few years from then. I like seeing that growth. I think it's peaceful and it gives you a place in society to think that, hey, I did this. I raised this animal from birth right up to an adult where she gave me grandchildren. You know, I also think it's really peaceful. So the days might seem long, but just being there and sitting and looking at what you're doing, looking at everything growing, looking at the quietness around you, I think it's really peaceful. And then there's also the profitable side of it. Farming is a very lucrative business. Food after eat.
Amen.
There's always someone in need of feed or food. So being able to supply persons with that, I think it's really fulfilling. And it's really promising financially once you're venturing into the right and you're able to diversify whenever there's a surplus in something or whatever. There's always ways to go around and make this really profitable for you.
Sounds all right. I like the lucrative part. That part, you definitely got my attention with the lucrative part. I'm not so sure about the raising the kid, because hear what? I have this kid. I raise this kid to maturity, and then I go sell the kid to the butcher. I don't know how do I balance that off in my heart.
Why? There's always the meat part of it too. That part is something to admire also. The meat quality that you raised.
That leads me to my next question. You plan on going into it yourself? I mean, the natural idea, as I tell you, this is coming from somebody who never, in school, and they make you put the bean in the jar with the cotton, and it's supposed to show you how the plant grow. My bean did dead, so I don't know nothing about farming at all. Not my calling at all, right? So. But as a farmer, I would assume you want to control it end to end of the business, from the birth of the kid right up to we'll call it, the consumable product. Do you have plans to go that route, or are your plans more aligned to expanding your farm and what you offer?
I want to be able to reach into the consumer aspect of it also.
Okay.
I think, the happier and the healthier you raise animals is the better quality feed or food that you get from them. So I believe in growing animals to the best welfare and then slaughtering them also with the best welfare practices. I think that aids so much to quality that a lot of persons really don't understand. What? If you shock an animal before you slaughter them, it really can cause a lot of distaste, discolor, it can cause so many things can go wrong with the quality meat that you're going to produce.
So you'd say that there's even a correct approach to the slaughtering process.
Yes, there is. And there is a humane way also.
There's I feel like my English teacher would say that that's an oxymoron, that there is such a thing as humane slaughter. But I'm going to leave that to you in your profession. You're going to need to take me through that another time. So when you plan to get that out, because if you're going to go straight to the consumer level of the product, I'm assuming that we're going to talk about branding and packaging and distribution. When can we expect to see your brand on the shelves, and what's it going to be?
So I want to do it for this year, but financially, I'm kind of stuck on the business plan. I'm stuck on having it on paper. I have not started to make the proper moves or the moves to actually get it going. So I'm not sure, but I want it to start this year. I want it to be out and about in stores this year.
Got you. Okay, well, we'll look out for it. And what do you have a potential name? Like what when I go to the shelf, what I should look for?
But I don't want to put that out as yet.
And you're not ready?
I want it to be a surprise.
A surprise. Okay, no problem.
Because I will share it whenever I do establish it, I will share it.
You hear what? You see, when you're fully established, you just reach out to the producer who got in touch with you and you say, I'm ready. And we'll bring you back on and we'll talk about the new brand to come.
Yes, I will.
All right, fantastic. And so, as we close off, how can people reach to you? How do I get in touch with you? Say I'm a butcher, I know somebody who's a butcher. How we get in touch with you? How we find you?
So I have a TikTok account. I also have an Instagram. I have a Facebook account. So once you type my name, Fay-Ann Smikle, you will find me. You will surely find me.
Okay, Fay-Ann Smikle.
Text me, you can comment. I'll see your comments. I'll respond to your messages.
All right. So she's a farmer, she's a businesswoman, and she is a person. Can talk and connect and all these things. Miss Smikle, final words for the people. What is the last thing you have? This is your last chance to share with them for today on the bridge. What is that one message you want to share with the people?
Don't watch no face.
Don't watch no face. Simple as that. Ladies and gentlemen.
Do not watch any face.
Do not watch any faces. Feel like you have to go slaughter that rooster in the background, Miss Michael, it has been a pleasure speaking with you here on Untenge on the Bridge 99 FM. And, folks, I must commend her. 22 years old. She has taken the bull by the horns. She's jumping in the field. She's doing her farming endeavors. At 22, I was still trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I just, went out and got the job, and then from the job, slowly figure some other stuff out. But she is stepping into a really interesting and powerful industry with a lot of competition, but more power to her. And we look forward to when she gets that brand on the shelf. As I said, we want to have you back on the show. We want to have we want to be the first place to tell the world that, hey, look out for this particular brand. Miss Michael, it has been a pleasure speaking with you folks. Remember, check her out on, she said TikTok, she said Instagram. Just reach out if you want to get in touch with her and find out more, and she'll be happy to talk, because she's not just a farmer, she's not just a businesswoman, but she is also a person. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Sir.
Good afternoon, I should say. Good afternoon.
That's true. It is afternoon. I have to remember that my usual greetings of good morning. I have to be careful when I'm on air that I'm giving people the correct information. It is a good afternoon. Sir Beau Regard, how are you?
How are you doing, Jeffrey? How is everything going, my brother?
I can't complain at all. I really can't complain. We've been having some Christmas breeze this week, so I've been sleeping well at night. I know so plenty Jamaicans wrap up with sheet, and in fact I saw one thing that said if right now you're sleeping with the fan or the AC on, you need to go and look psychological help,
Wow.
But that definitely does not apply to me. It has been phenomenal with the little leftover Christmas breeze blowing in the air.
Actually, I saw where they said there was a cold front in Jamaica earlier this week. I didn't know it was still there today. So like it's a little Christmas breeze a blow. They say climate change is happening as well. With some places where you don't expect to see certain types of weather, certain times of the year. It's actually amazing. A lot of people right now, a lot of people are surprised and shocked by some of the weather that we are getting in certain areas around the world.
Indeed. I mean, that's a whole argument for another day. I do believe that climate change is happening, but there's a lot of arguments about it, both the human effect, and nobody can deny the human effect. The world has changed radically in the last 100 years. But then there's also the argument of the natural effect, that there is a changing and cycle of weather patterns from extreme cold to extreme heat. And, they say this is just the counter to what the Ice Age was many, many, many moons ago. But I don't know if I want to get to the end of the road if this is supposed to be the opposite of the Ice Age.
Well, my brother, we'll continue to watch it. And, over here we get weather which is cold and hot. So in Jamaica, we're used to the tropical type of weather. Here we have to just, adjust as the seasons come and go. So that's what we're doing today. It's raining here in New York City in the tri-state area. Relatively around in the low 40s, somewhere around there. But we're getting by. We're surviving.
You're a generous man to say play the weather by day. I remember when I lived in the Northeast, you played it by hour. When you got up in the morning, it was freezing. By the mid-morning, it was raining. By the afternoon, you thought it was summer. And by night, it was ice.
Yeah, we do get some days like that where we get the whole 4 seasons in one day.
Indeed.
So we do get it like that sometimes. But we just adjust and we go along. As you say, you're used to it as well. So you know exactly what you need to do when you encounter these types of situations.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
So what you got as breaking news up there? What's happening? What do we need to know about the New York community and tri-state area?
Well, let me tell you something. Last week I told you that it is NFL playoff season, and I must let you know today that your guy gone home, Tom Brady.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, them send him home, man. Gone home.
Oh Lord.
He lost to Dallas. A lot of people were expecting him to go a little bit further during these playoff times. But I say he should retire now. He's at that stage. A lot of controversy in his life right now, his personal life. Also, so it's time for him to retire. Quit while you're ahead. You're in good standings right now as far as your career. They're still considering him the GOAT of football when it comes to quarterback. So I think it's a great time for him to retire.
The numbers speak for themselves. I can't knock the man.
Yeah,
but speaking of greats, we're having a whole different controversy over here, because I'm sure you've heard of the bold situation with the SSL.
Yes. Any updates on that? What is the whole thing? On this side.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
No, I was going to say it's really just two things. Is that the people are coming up with figures, so they're saying that he had 12 million, he's lost 12 million, and only 12,000 is now remaining in the account. So 90% of his principal in the account has vanished. But there's also talk of a lawsuit being levied against SSL, that they have to come up with the funds, which is creating a lot of chatter in the space, because people are saying...
I'm not hearing you. I lost connection just now.
Let me signal.
We're not hearing Azan. In Jamaica, we've lost connection. But of course, it is Irie Jam Radio and the Bridge 99 FM. It is what we call Untenge. We do this each and every Thursday from 1 to 2 p.m. And we do it with the Queen Mother, Mama Elise Kelly, but she's not in studios today, so I'm being joined by Jeffrey Azan. And we're going to have some wonderful conversations. We're going to have a guest in studio today that we will be speaking with, Mr. Glen Washington. He's going to join us live today on the Untenge show on the Bridge 99 FM. Azan, are you hearing me, sir?
I'm hearing you loud and clear. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
We're back.
Yeah, so the bold situation, when we talk about that situation, when the money that you just mentioned, I want the listeners to fully understand that he lost around 10 million US.
They're claiming 12.
12 million, okay. And they left only 2,000 in
12,000, so 90% of his money.
Wow. Man, I mean, so many people are having mixed reactions. I mean, everybody is sad that, Bolt lost so much money, but they're also sad that, other people has also lost their money in this whole scamming situation that we see going on with Usain Bolt. And, people are now having second thoughts as to whether, they should invest or put their money in a bank in Jamaica. A lot of people are currently thinking about that, especially people who are here on this side talking, saying that, boy, that's why you can't do this and you can't do that and you can't trust this and you can't trust that. And it just feels bad to hear people saying that, about your place that you come from and somewhere that you should be proud of. And you don't want to see these things happen. I mean, it's not just Jamaica that these things happen, but, you as a Jamaican, when you hear people talk about Jamaica in that manner, in that, respect, it just makes you feel a certain way.
I'm 100% in agreement. It's something that has happened globally. I mean, I'm almost sure it was New York as well. Is that where they had the whole big bus with Bernie Madoff many moons ago?
Audio feed again.
And
I mean, it's technology, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all in the tri-state area for tuning in and listening. Also in Jamaica, as soon as you are back, Azan, you could just let me know. But we are speaking of the Bolt scandal, and what we know so far, is that Bolt lost a lot of money. Yeah, 10 million in US currency, or 12 million, as Azan just corrected me and say. But people are really upset right now, and so many people have been asking the question, is it safe to invest in Jamaica or to put your money in a bank in Jamaica or in one of these companies that say they are managing people's wealth? Are you back, Azan?
I'm hearing you. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you now.
Boy, I tell you, it's just a little wire and a little electricity. You know what happened? You guys might be suffering from what we have out here sometimes. And when it rain in Jamaica, electrical stop work. So you say having rain in New York, so who knows?
Yeah. Just to finish up on the Bolt situation, I said this to Mama Kelly a few months back, after the whole pandemic was coming to a close, or the pandemic as they're now saying, came to a close and was dying out and all of that, that maybe the next pandemic we have might be a financial one, and Bolt situation might not be the first that we see where monies just go missing. And which is something that we should also keep an eye on. And this is just me speaking, after just watching the climate of things and the way the world is moving. Who knows, they might want to get rid of money, they might want to wipe out money because they are preparing for digital currency.
And for me, that's also like, I come from old school. I come from a retail background where cash was king. If somebody never had cash, they never purchased. And to be honest, this move to the digital landscape is a little concerning to me, because when we operate in a digital landscape, I don't have control over my money. When I have cash in my wallet, I have cash in my wallet. End of conversation. But when it is a digital wallet or digital currency, it's whatever a man tell me I have is what I have. And I'm not really comfortable with that. I mean, I'm not saying that we need to go back to the old days where we kept our gold and silver under the bed. But I am not 100% comfortable with this, with the digital realm where you have one virus, one bug, one, misinput, and it throws off everything.
Right. And, they're already practicing this in China, this digital money that I'm discussing, where they assign you a certain amount of money and that a certain amount of digits to do whatever it is. And you cannot do anything unless you're actually doing what they assigned it to do. So they basically control your life. You can't go shop. You can't shop excessive. You only have a certain amount to shop. You only have a certain amount to do a certain thing. So they basically control your life. And if you don't behave in society, then that digital currency is taken away. It sounds scary, ladies and gentlemen, but they're moving towards a cashless society where your life is totally controlled by the amount of money that's in your account.
Boy, sometimes you watch those dystopian movies and you say something like this could never happen. There's no way this would really happen in our world and our time.
I've seen so many things come to pass.
I'm telling you, all this reminds me of is that Justin Timberlake movie. I think it's called Time's Up or Just in Time.
Where they had the digits on their hand.
And exactly.
And it tells them how much them have left, and You know, they're doing the craziest things in life to get more of it. You know, they even chop off people a hand and yo, it's crazy world we're living in, and we can't take nothing, you know, for granted.
Trust me, it's one of those things. I mean, I have a group of my friends and we keep
Your
waiting.
Your audio is gone again. Once again, the audio chipped out. But of course, we are here speaking with Jeffrey Azan, and of course, he's at the Bridge 99 FM. Beau Regard here in New York City in the tri-state area, and we are connected, but we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. Don't watch nothing, ladies and gentlemen. We do not know which side it's probably coming from. You know, when it rains, you're saying in New York City too, sometimes we get some little technical difficulties with our side. So, Azan, as soon as you are back, sir, just say something so I'll know that you're there.
Well, I can only tell. Mic check 1 2.
Yes. Tuesday, Joe Mercer was laid to rest.
Yes. Sad day.
Sad situation. I know the whole Marley clan was in Jamaica for this funeral, this send-off. And, you know, I just want to say once again, condolences to the family, to his father, Stephen, to his mother, Carrie-Ann, who I'm hearing is a sister of dancehall queen Carlene, you know, to his wife, Kiara, and his daughter, Sunshine, you know, just hoping that they all stay strong and get through this and believe in the Most High that things can get better after this.
100% agreement. Thoughts and prayers to the family. You know, it's never easy to lose a loved one. And it's, you know, it's for each of us to kind of take our walk. How do we view it? Are we viewing it as a celebration of life or a life cut short early? But seeing as, you know, we don't have the book, we don't know when the time is up. It's never really early. It's just when the time is the time. And we just have to take a sense of peace in that.
True indeed, my brother. True indeed. Even though we know, you know, we say gone too soon, and it's never a nice situation when a parent has to, you know, bury a child. So we say condolences once again. But it is a big weekend in Jamaica, and so many artists has converged on the island because Rebel Salute takes place tomorrow and Saturday, and we will be speaking to one of the guests that's on Rebel Salute. We have to take a short commercial break, and when we return, we'll have the guest in studio. It is Ivy Jam Radio, the Bridge 99 FM. We are connected. Beau Regard live inside the tri-state area, and Jeffrey Azan live inside the Bridge 99 FM studio in Jamaica. And it is Rebel Salute weekend. So many artists are booked and confirmed, and right now live on Zoom we've got a special guest artist who will be performing at the Rebel Salute concert this weekend. Azan, before we bring in our guests, are you there, sir?
I'm here. Jiving and rocking, you know, remembering. Listen, this song speaks so true in so many ways to so many people, myself included. You know, it really is a reminder. Never mistake kindness for weakness.
True indeed, my brother. So many people take that twist around that situation, taking your kindness for a weakness and not knowing that we just have a good heart overall.
Amen.
Yeah, man. All right, so we do have our guest online. Do you want to bring him in?
Sure. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you in on the Bridge and Irie FM is none other than singer-songwriter Sir Glen Washington. We've been rocking to his tune, Kindness for Weakness. He is a very interesting musical figure. He started off as a drummer, playing backing for a number of bands, and has been in the music business for almost 25 years. He has toured the world, going from, you know, North America, South America, Central America, Japan, Europe, the States, Canada, and so much more as a supporting artist, as a drummer for other artists. And you know, it's now a whole new thing that he is the feature artist. He's drawing thousands of fans to come out and watch him perform. As stated, he's worked with a number of record labels, including Jalife Records, Philip Smart, Lloyd Campbell and Jason Sterling, Don Juan, Cox and Jet Star, and the list goes on and on and on. He did, however, take a short hiatus from performing. We'd think that, you know, that was just his life. He took a small break, but when he came back, it was again hits after hits. I'm being told he's on the line with us now. Everything's connected. Sir Glenroy Washington, are you with us?
Yes, sir. Greetings.
Greetings. You're on the Bridge 99 FM as well as on Irie Jam New York with myself, Jeffrey Azan, and Sir Beau Regard in New York.
Greetings, Mr. Washington. I'm not hearing you again.
Blessed love, my brother.
Getting the connection. We are having some technical difficulties, but we'll sort it out. As soon as you just keep speaking, Azan, so I'll know that you're there.
I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you loud and clear.
All right, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, everybody tuned in, please know that this thing is probably gonna, have a little technical difficulties, so just bear with us. Good afternoon, Mr. Washington.
Yes, good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Greetings. Great to have you on. It's a big weekend in Jamaica. It is Rebel Salute weekend. You are in Jamaica. What is the vibe in Jamaica right now?
And the vibe is full of anticipation, especially on my part, because I've not performed in Jamaica for a long time.
You have not performed in Jamaica. How long has it been since you performed in Jamaica?
Wow, it's probably about 2000. Yeah, my wife is saying about 2000. I can't lost track of that. That wasn't really a show. It probably was just passing. Oh, Rebel Salute, 2005.
Oh,
that was a while, but back in St. Elizabeth. The last time I performed on Rebel Salute.
So you're saying the last time you actually performed on the island of Jamaica was back in 2005 at that was Rebel Salute also.
Yes. No. It was a small event in Mandeville. Yeah, it was a small event in Mandeville. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you are back now in 2023. Was there a reason why you haven't performed in Jamaica since 2005?
But I think because I live abroad and most of the times I be gone.
I'm not here on this side once again.
And I was not actually called to do any shows. I was not called to do any shows in Jamaica. I think I don't know. People ask about me, but when people ask about me, other people say, we don't know where to find him. This was not true.
Wow.
I guess they don't want me around here.
But that's not exclusive to you, sir. A lot of people do things like that in the industry, in the business. Even me as a selector, I get those things from time to time. I'll hear from somebody say, I ask somebody to connect with you for me, and they say they gave up some wild or crazy excuse. And I'm just saying that person, they definitely knew how to get in touch with me. So those things do happen from time to time, sir. Thank you for being on the program today, and it's good to have you back in Jamaica, ready for Rebel Salute. But just to get a little background information, tell us, how did this whole thing started for you? Where were you born in Jamaica, and how did you come into music?
I was born in Clarendon, raised by my grandmother. I grew up in a church. I was a little church boy one of the time. While going to school, friends of mine egged me on. They said, we like the way you sing, you sing. I didn't know how to sing. Everybody else thought I could. So we had a talent competition in Maypen, and they said, go on, join, go on, sign up. So I did that, and we won first, second, third elimination. And part of the prize was to get your song recorded. I recorded a song called Susie. Susie ran away from home when she was only 60. that was my thing about back in time was just to hear my song playing on the radio. That was awesome. We did a bunch of weird stuff show and stuff like that, and I ended up moving on right along, playing in some different little bands. I'm trying to make it as brief as possible. Playing in some little bands. I was one time I was a drummer with a group called the Mighty Titans. We used to be the band that played at the Bohemia Club in Halfway Tree, Agri Park Plaza, right there. And I used to play with the Avengers. I play drums also, I should say.
When you say drums, are you talking about the full drum set or just the congos?
The full drum set, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, check it out. Culture's first album, I was a drummer on that one.
All right. And so,
Culture
Yeah.
as in Joseph Hill and the rest
Joseph
of the...
Hill, he was one of my mentors because he's the one that taught me how to play the drums. He was an excellent musician. I was singing with a group called C35 Incorporated, and Joseph Hill was the drummer. And you know, in every band you have somebody that...
At what age did all of this take place, that you picked up the drums and started to practice, to perfect the craft of
I
being a
started
drummer?
playing the drums when I was like 15, 16.
Seems as if the connection is gone again.
15, 16. I started singing when I was 7, but I started playing the drums at
But we are speaking
15,
with Mr. Glen
16.
Washington at the Bridge 99
so
FM.
you started playing when you were 7. You were into music at 7, and the dream was to get on radio. Why did it take you so long to? It sounds like actively get into music at 15, 17 to learn the drums. What was the?
Actually, that time I was a singer. I used to have to go to church with my grandmother, and I love singing. I've always loved singing, and listen to back in the days you just have the JBC and RJR Radio Fusion, and we used to listen to them R&B songs on Sundays, and that was my thing. Otis Redding, Sam Cooke, and all of them things that we used to listen to that, and listen to all them the country music, all of that. I grew up on listening to all kind of music, gospel and all them things, and I love to hear people sing, and certain songs get to me. So that's why I got a love for singing, and I end up singing on different choirs in the church.
I know it's become your way of life, your own career, your own manifestation.
Yes.
Yes. How was that journey?
I love it.
How was the journey for yourself? I'm sure you changed and you evolved, going from the church to the competitions in the school into being, a career, a personality yourself, playing for others. What was that journey like?
It was awesome. Trust me, it was really awesome. Doing going to different areas. When I was a little young guy, I was the lead singer with this group called C35 Incorporated. Decided to, going out there. Joseph Hill was the drummer in that band at the time. He had moved from Guysville to Midpen, and he was the drummer with the band. And in the band, in every band, there's a little guy that always sit on the drummer's stool every time he gets up. That was me. So he said that he gets up and he said, I see that you love the drums. You want to learn? And I said, yeah. So he taught me some rudiments, different little stuff, and I started playing the drums. Then he left the group, and we had a whole bunch of little gigs to play. So I ended up being the singing drummer. I had to learn how. I already knew how to sing, so I had to learn how to sing and play. That was hard at first, but then it got easier and got easier. Then one time I was playing with the Titans. I was playing with that band, and I was over there setting up them something called a syndrome. I was there setting up my drum, tuning up some stuff, and a guy came from Ochias and said they needed a drummer. I surprise people all the time. So they need a drummer. So I went to Ochias to go play with this group called Happiness Unlimited, and I'm trying to make it short. Happiness Unlimited, and they didn't know I could sing, so somebody inadvertently, put a microphone in front of the drummer. And while we were on stage playing one night, I got a vibe, feel good, and the lead singer was out there singing, and I pulled up the microphone and started singing. Everybody turned around, their eyes popped out, looking, you can sing.
You see, that's what I like to call that's what you call good luck. That is preparation meeting opportunity. You are trained, you are ready, you had an interest, and then when the opportunity presented itself, you jump on it. And that's why people say, overnight success, and you make it because you have good luck, and me never get no good luck yet. But really and truly, at its core, you are prepared for the opportunity when it presented itself. On that note of good luck, I'd love for you to share with us a little bit about, so how do you feel about some of those top singles and albums you put out there? You have so many to choose from, but which one really resonates with you the most?
Oh my God, there's so many. there's so many. And you know, my music is like my little children. I love all of them.
Exactly.
I got a new album. I got a new album out right now. I'm coming out on the same day that we do the Rebel Salute. It's called Mr. Washington.
Okay.
Nice. Mr. Washington, at what year did you migrate to the United States? Because speaking of the band that you just mentioned, you migrated with them.
Yeah, I had before that, I had 2 albums that was nominated for Grammy. But one of these fine days we will get to that point. You were saying something to me just now when I interrupted. Can you repeat that for me, please?
Oh, I was asking at what year was it that you migrated with Happiness Unlimited to the United States?
February 20th, 1982. Stevie Wonder came down to Jamaica to visit, have his vacation going on, and we were there playing one Saturday night, and just met some ladies on the beach, and they said, "Oh, we're working for Stevie Wonder. We're trying to find a place where we can really enjoy ourselves, have a vacation." I was like, you know that back when somebody tell you that, you'd be like, yeah, right. But the night we on stage performing, playing for this guy, and then there I saw the same woman that told me that, walking right across the dance floor with Stevie Wonder, and he sat right in the middle there in the front there, and he was rocking. For 2 weeks after that, every night Stevie was on the stage with us. He was jamming up there, playing back to back with our keyboard player on another keyboard, and we had fun. And he liked it a lot. Decided to take us back to the U.S. But when we got to America, a whole bunch of things changed. You know, like here I am supposed to be the drummer that come into the band, and then the lead singer. I ended up singing a whole bunch of songs because I knew a lot of songs, you know, and that caused problem with the lead singer and myself, and things just dwindled away, and I decided to move to Detroit. And I moved up to Detroit. I ended up going up to Canada, playing for Leroy Sibbles for a while. The time Leroy was living in Canada, and a whole bunch of opportunities. Things started to happen. Somebody called me and said that. Shined wanted a drummer to travel and fly into New York. I ended up living in New York, and that's when I after moving into New York, I got linked up with a man called Clement Cox and Dodd in New York, Studio One, New York, and I ended up recording an album called Brother to Brother with him, and a whole bunch of things start to happen real fast.
Plenty more to come. We're going to have to take a quick commercial break though, Sir Washington. Don't lose your track in the story. We're going to come back to you right after this break.
All right, so we are back. We are live, the Bridge 99 FM and Irie Jam Radio in the tri-state area. And I'm connected with my brother Azan. Jeffrey Azan, I should say. I'm sorry.
That's all good. It's all good.
Mr. Jeffrey Azan. And we have our guest on the phone lines right now, Mr. Glen Washington, who is performing live at Rebel Salute this weekend.
Sir Glen Roy.
Go ahead, Jeffrey.
Yes, sir.
Happy to have you. You've been taking us through an amazing story. One definitely of both chance and preparation, which has been awesome. But I want to jump into what we can expect this weekend. We got the backstory. We know who you've worked with. We know where you've worked. But come this weekend, you're going to be in Jamaica performing right here on Plantation for Rebel Salute after their 29th year. What can patrons expect from your performance this year at Rebel Salute?
Well, the pure niceness.
Pure niceness.
That's what it's all about. Rebel Salute. Rebel Salute is that program where people come together. It's the bringing together of our people, and I am very proud to be a part of it.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. What are some of the staples that you've experienced in the past? I know you said the last time you were in Jamaica was for Rebel Salute. What happened that time that you loved that you'd love to see come back this time?
I'd love to see people start, I'd love to see people start recording, singing and recording positive music that uplift and edify.
Hopefully they will.
I'm for it. That positive music is definitely it's much needed right now. It's needed not just nationally, but I'd say it's needed internationally.
Internationally, yes.
I'm for it. It's a big topic for Rebel Salute is this feature that I was talking about earlier before you came on the line called the Herb Curb. You know about the Herb Curb for Rebel Salute?
Well, not really, but
not really. Well, let me tell you a little bit about it, and I want to get your thoughts on it as a man of stature who's been around the block a few times.
Audio keeps going.
So the Herb Curb is Rebel Salute. I want to say attention or celebration of the mystical plant ganja. So they're going to be having a enclosed area that's going to be displaying educational, spiritual, medicinal, and recreational products and contents, which affords saluters, I like that name for the Rebel Salute fans, the saluters, the opportunity to learn about all things cannabis in a controlled environment. So they'll be able to take part, they'll be able to enjoy the product in many, many forms. Rebel Salute is a family event, though, for children under 12 will get in free, but the area is going to be locked off to those over 18. So you have to be over 18, and they're going to be enforcing that nobody's allowed to partake with more than the permitted amount as according to local legislation. It's going to be encouraged by both the security forces as well as the Jamaica Constabulary Force. So, no real leeway. You either enjoy it and enjoy it properly or you don't take part in it. So that's the Herb Curb. What are your thoughts on it?
Okay. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Can I expect to see you at the Herb Curb?
Well, you'll see me just looking on because I'm not a drinker, not a smoker anymore.
Anymore. Lifestyle changes.
Anymore. Yes, I changed that. Yeah, since I stopped smoking, well, I was not a drinker. But since I stopped smoking, I sound better, I sing better, sing easier.
Good stuff.
Well, you call it a feature. I say it's a must.
Center stage.
Yeah, man. It's a must. But big up to Tony Rebel and for bringing all these different things to the festival. Yeah. It's a great look. It's a good look. Yeah, man. Yeah. Mr. Washington, I must ask you, what is your thoughts on the state of our music right now?
Oh my God, the state of our music right now. We need to get back to the good old days when music would elevate people. When you hear something, sometimes you're somewhere and you hear some music playing and you can't even leave. Music should be it should be enjoyable. That music is a spiritual thing and we have to keep it clean.
Right, and it's very influential.
That's just my opinion. Yes, that's just my personal opinion because the kids they learn what they hear. If you sing that you're supposed to go do that, kids gonna do it because they believe us as entertainers. We're icons with everything that we say. It's like, oh my God, for real. We have to keep it going and keep it clean.
And I'm glad you said that, Mr. Washington, because some people tend to feel as if music doesn't have influence on people's lives and the way they go about their thinking, their thoughts, their just the way they carry themselves. Music does have that influence on people, and whether some people choose to acknowledge that or not, it does take place.
True that.
Sir Washington.
They're not hearing. I'm not hearing them.
Sir Washington.
Yes, sir.
I'm with you 100% on that. Thoughts on the future of the reggae music, that we need more positivity, we need more upliftment, we need some more music that, I think you put it so correctly, that the music is going to influence generations, it's going to influence people's thinking, it's going to influence people's moods. You know, in fact, I was reading a thing recently that it said the most popular music very often recognizes natural frequencies. So music is just as much what would we call it, a art form, as well as, I think you put it so well, a spiritual form. It's a connection, so it makes a difference.
Yes, it does.
Now, I know you said that you have a new album that's coming out on Rebel Salute Day. Do you have any plans for promoting that album? Any tours, any shows?
We got a bunch of stuff that's going to be happening coming into the new further on down in the year.
Okay, beautiful. Anything you want to like tease us with? Anything you want us to get to know about?
Well, I just want to tell you that I have some new management aside from my wife being one of my managers.
Mm-hmm.
You can reach. I'm giving out information right now. You can reach her at 813-230-8898, and her email is jackiewhite38@yahoo.com. And also, my main management right now is Guess What Entertainment. You have to call Dominique Pompey.
All right.
His number is 646-388-1811.
I hear
His
you.
email is.
Go ahead.
onealmighty@gmail.com.
Is that one with the number one or one with the word one?
One with the word one.
One with the word one.
One almighty. One almighty@gmail.com.
So you see how in the interview earlier you said nobody can find you. They can't say that again.
Them can't say that again.
Can't say that.
You know, I think it's just people who think that I'm a competition and they don't want to see me around. But don't worry about it. The world is a big place, and there's food for everyone.
That's it. It's not about competition. It's about complementing.
Yes.
All right. Folks, you heard it. We've been talking with Sir Glen Washington, one of Jamaica's all-time superstars, singer-songwriter, who's had a phenomenal journey in music over the last 25 years, and he will be performing at Rebel Salute this Saturday. So you definitely want to get out. You want to hear him. You want to be a part of the show. You want to feel the experience. Sir Washington, it has been a pleasure.
This Friday.
This Friday. Okay, you're performing Friday. No problem. Folks, you see, he knows his stuff. He's here and he's going to be performing this Friday. So get out, make sure you get down there, make sure you take in the show, and make sure you be a part of the magic. Sir Washington, thank you so much for joining us here on the bridge.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right.
Thank you so much, Mr. Washington.